AMD to release Ryzen 7 3750X processor. AMD's latest product master guide, since taken down but immortalized in the interweb, has a surprise in store for AMD's Ryzen 7 desktop CPU lineup. Sandwiched in between the Ryzen 7 3700X and the Ryzen 7 3800X, a new entry has reared its head, in the form of the Ryzen 7 3750X. The new CPU is specified to keep the same 105 WTDP of its elder sibling Ryzen 7 3800X, instead of keeping the Ryzen 7 3700X's 65 WTDP. Technically, this is possible to achieve in both pricing and performance. The Ryzen 7 3750X, if it ever is launched, it could be a specific release for system integrators or other interested parties outside the usual mainstream desktop suspects, could sport increased base clocks compared to the Ryzen 7 3700X's 3.6 GHz base, 4.4 GHz boost clocks. But not easily, considering the Ryzen 7 3800X starts at 3.9 GHz base, 4.5 GHz boost. It's possible to release the 3750X with a 200 MHz boost on base clocks and the same 4.4 GHz boost, but does it make any sense to do so? It could, even if with some forced optimism, should AMD price it closer to the Ryzen 7 3700X than to the Ryzen 7 3800X. The $329 and $399 prices for those CPUs, respectively, leave a gap that could be filled by the Ryzen 7 3750X at around the $349 mark, for example. It's likely most users would be making the jump from the 65W CPU than dropping less cash compared to the 3800X, so AMD's margins per sale would definitely improve. At the same time, this could be a way for AMD to cope with TSMC's 7nm increase in lead times and lower availability of CPUs by moving stock from the 65W CPU to the pricier 3750X in parts that can actually run at those frequencies. Driving their lineup's ASP up ensures AMD can keep a steady stream of income should availability decline. Less parts sold at a greater price can shore up some of the lost cash influx.